on February 25, 2018, in the Coordination Center of ALLATRA International Public Movement, a meeting of all the participants from around the world took place. An active participant, Tasha Bilson, from London, Great Britain, opened the gathering.
ALLATRA for me is the true life. I'm still discovering something every day. Continuous learning, which I love. ALLATRA is something so beautiful because its fundamental principles are to unite people. And I feel being a part of ALLATRA is not only giving access to inner personal development, also being a part of an amazing team who are together change this world in this sense of unification from people all over the globe. And for that, I thank you.
On the 25th of February, the Coordination Center of ALLATRA IPM was visited by more than 1,000 people of different faiths, nationalities and ages. People exchanged practical experience, ideas, inspiration. And everyone found a common language on the basis of the universal grain, ALLATRA. At the opening of the international meeting, the coordinator of the Universal Grain Project, an active member of the ALLATRA IPM, Anna Dubrovskaya, addressed the participants from around the world with a solemn speech.
Often people ask, what unites people in ALLATRA? And in fact, the answer is that ALLATRA actually unites people in ALLATRA. Thanks to Igor Mikhailovich, we know that ALLATRA is ALLATRA. It is the creative power of God. It is what is present in each of us. It is the creative power of God's love, which unites all of us, which unites all people in the world. ALLATRA unites. Consciousness divides. ALLATRA is that life-giving creative power that is granted to each of us at birth, to each one in order to fulfill the main purpose for which we are here. It is the power that leads us to God. If a person turns away from this power or chooses to direct it towards the material, then he receives material. If a person turns away from ALLATRA, he turns away from God, he chooses the devil. But the person who follows ALLATRA, who is faithful to this power, who lives by it, he goes to God and he fulfills his main mission in this world, to become a great, huge, real spiritual being. That's what we are all here for. All people, regardless of nationality, religion. After all, a person can be of any religion, but the power of God's love is in him. This is the truth, and it's true. ALLATRA lies in the essence of all religions of the world. And Igor Mikhailovich, in the program Consciousness and Personality, says that ALLATRA is not a religion, it is knowledge. This knowledge is about where the door is and how to reach it. And then the person makes his or her choice. And this knowledge is present in the foundation of any religion. And in fact, all priests, when they speak about the real essence of those sacred texts that underline all religions and cultures, they talk about ALLATRA and all the sacred scriptures that are in every religion of the world. Their foundation, their teaching, their basis, this is ALLATRA. This is the continuation of ALLATRA. Because ALLATRA is actually the universal grain of the creation, which unites all of us, all people in this world, which gives an opportunity for everyone to learn the realness, to know it. And having learned all this together, we all can, and we all are here for this, to fulfill this main purpose in this God's love, to become those who we really are, those who ALLATRA is, what it is for each of us. And every person can follow their religion, perform rituals, follow their traditions, follow the history, but at the same time be true to ALLATRA. And then he or she is true to God. He is true to the truth that is at the root of everything. Because exactly for this, every one of us is here. And those people that we see, those people that we do not see, we do not know, all the people in the world, they are united by ALLATRA. They are already united by ALLATRA. And following this, continuing on this path, getting stronger on it, supporting it, each of us multiplies this God's love and this unity, which is at the heart of each of us. ALLATRA, that is actually the universal grain. It is the real you. It is your inner world. ALLATRA is the truth that lives inside of each of us, which unites us and leads to God. Thank you.
Our family is Muslim. Everyone in the house reads namaz.
From Hinduism because I'm a Hindu.
I'm a firm believer in indigenous African religion.
I'm Orthodox. I go to church. I go to temple.
I was born in an Armenian family, the Armenian Apostolic Church.
Even here, we are of different nationalities. We belong to different religions.
Here we are here all together, all people from around the world, all different religions, part of ALLATRA family, and we are so blessed to be here today.
Our family is Muslim. Everyone in the house reads namaz. Starting from the head of the family, from our grandmother, from the husband, the 3 elder children are all in namaz. Thanks to the knowledge we gained from reading ALLATRA, there came such a deep understanding of namaz. Before, it was performed somehow automatically, that you are to read the prayer, you are not to miss it. And thanks to the knowledge, I got an understanding that at least 5 times a day I get in touch with the Almighty. Exactly by this perception through the feelings, it really helped me.
There appeared death, and prayers were performed precisely with love for God.
In the family, we all got the knowledge which was passed on to the children. Now, we're on the same sort of good wavelengths, thanks to this one universal grain, that all go to one. Thanks to the knowledge that Igor Mikhailovich brought, we can feel that people, regardless of whatever nation they belong to, whatever language they speak, both Muslims and Orthodox, Buddhists, each go their own way, but go to one single God. The essence is one in a human, that we are united by our inner, our spiritual.
What unites us is that inner love, God's love.
ALLATRA. It all helps very well, and we are very thankful to this knowledge.
Such a gratitude to everyone. Foremost, thanks to God, to the spiritual world, that this knowledge was nevertheless given to people, that God is waiting for us, that we all will finally wake up.
ماذا تود أن تتمنى لكل مشاركي جمعية ألاترا من كل أنحاء العالم الذين يتطوعون لتوحيد الناس والكشف عن كل ما يجمعنا أخلاقياً وروحياً؟
كان لي الشرف في هذه المقابلة عن جمعيتكم العزيزة التي أتفق معها الكثير رغم بعض التحفظات والاختلاف.
Inside you can feel ALLATRA and wish something from your heart.
I just like to say love each other regardless of your belief, culture, race, whatsoever. Just stay together and keep doing what you're doing.
Je suis vraiment très content, que Dieu vous bénisse et que ALLATRA TV soit vraiment béni et que les choses se passent.
I'm from Thailand, ALLATRA appreciate.
Semua nama respect karno, gamama api egolota tudaw karno, api ekada jiwat tenna kem.
والتي هي سبق وقلناها بما يخص الروح أو بعض الأشياء والممارسات، ونشر هذه الرسالة تحت أي مسمى كان، خصوصا إذا كان الحد منها هي الدخول إلى جوهر الإنسان والإنسانية.
For me, ALLATRA IPM is a new vector of development, the essence of our surrounding life, both internal and external.
The main thing is that there is no division of people, either by faith, by confessions, by profession, by status.
In unity.
That is, all people are equal.
From disunity to unity.
Even here, we are of different nationalities. We belong to different religions. I'm a Muslim by birth, and I did not stop to be it. But on the contrary, ALLATRA contributed to the fact that I wanted to learn more about my religion, to study the Quran and other scriptures, because I understand that the truth is one. The knowledge was given at different times through the prophets. All this knowledge is given from one source.
ALLATRA gave me an understanding that the basis of all religions is the knowledge that was brought by the prophets, by one spiritual world. As a Muslim, it was much easier for me to understand the Quran with ALLATRA knowledge. And as a Muslim, it doesn't prevent me from being in my religion, believe in one Allah, and perform my namaz. And in general, ALLATRA is not a religion, it is pure knowledge that was brought to us so that we could just know ourselves.
Thanks to ALLATRA, orthodoxy has been opened to me from such a view I could not even suspect.
ALLATRA is valuable knowledge. This sincerity and these keys opened the Bible to me. This is a very important book from my father. The New Testament was opened up to me, and this was a great revelation.
I'm an Orthodox Christian, and ALLATRA is my life.
ALLATRA teaches people namely to communicate, to reach the level of feelings, to understand the true essence of a human without any masks. That is, it really tears the masks off and allows you to be true, real.
ALLATRA gave an understanding of the meaning of this life, exactly as the life itself.
And I really like that this knowledge really united us all.
Als je mij vraagt wat ALLATRA voor mij betekent, kan ik met zekerheid antwoorden dat het de toekomst is van alle mensen die we alleen samen kunnen bouwen.
We gathered here today in our house. This is my wife, Tansalu.
They have 5 children, by the way.
We have 5 children. It is very important for us how our children will be brought up, how our children will treat life in the world further in general, how they will build relations with other people. It is very important. Therefore, when the knowledge of ALLATRA came to our house in order to educate people around us, to educate our children, this very knowledge opens up opportunities for us to understand further and deeper our entire society and our life, and how to be closer to the Supreme Lord, or as we call him, to Allah.
This knowledge became the impetus of understanding other religions. I began to understand our religion.
You mean Islam, right?
Yes, precisely Islam. For us, the most important is that God is one.
All participants of ALLATRA IPM are of different faiths. I'm of Greek Catholic religion, for example. Someone is Orthodox, someone is a Jew, someone professes Islam. Most importantly, God is one, no matter what religion.
Улус хорындын аланитин, боросхал ALLATRA, бухидылхын арадзания, санахышхыл, сагансачхылхы гарахын уюлды баринуды, ундыхы хоридера, ыблу, ыбыты, болвежа.
I'm a Korean. Historically, our ancestors were Buddhists. It was always very easy for me to go to church. I was in the mosque as well. Everywhere I felt like home. Thanks to the fact that in my life, owing to Tulpan, came this knowledge. Today I'm so much full of understanding that we are all one and we are all one family.
I address different religions in my life, Christianity, Buddhism. Owing to reading the books of Anastasia Novych, I began to feel this one whole, that which unites all religions, the universal grain.
ALLATRA is that universal grain that is written in all religions of the world, irrelevant of the type of the race and the nationality.
In all the books, holy books, even Bible, Quran, Gita, and Guru Granth Sahib, all are written that there is only one God.
Dios es solo uno, sus nombres son diferentes. Por ejemplo, Ram, Rahim, Allah, Vaheguru, Dios, God.
I found it, the religion is what you have here inside. Yeah.
That's great.
This is what here inside.
ALLATRA is a guide. You know how to turn to the light, where there are no shadows, so that the personality could become free. ALLATRA provides the opportunity to feel this unity, spiritual unity. There is this spiritual nature in all of us.
ALLATRA is the divine essence which we must get a feel for. That is, it is our home to which we must return.
We adhere to Islam. ALLATRA does not prevent us from adhering to this religion, and further helps during prayer and in the upbringing of people around us who are close to us. Thank you.
Mirhat, please tell me. I know that you are building another mosque in your village. And you are a Hazrat, right? So you study in the mosque. Do you drive and deliver sermons?
In our small village, I am the Imam of this village. and I have to communicate with people often, to perform some activities, to see people off on their final journey, and to give names to the newborns. And at this time we always try to educate people in the spirit of the Muslim, to educate in spirit, to draw closer to the Almighty, closer to Allah.
Tell me, Mirhat, and when you prepare for sermons, prepare for vegases, does the knowledge given in the book ALLATRA help you?
Yes, to understand the words of the Almighty, this book helps us a lot. All the things that are written in these books, Sensei, ALLATRA, Azorosmus, are very important for education in the spiritual state of a person.
So many things about common in human. First of all, love.
ALLATRA is the knowledge and the understanding that God is love, which is always present with us. People should be in love towards others. Love for peace, for creation, for God.
今、ALLATRA 参加しているとき、すごく嬉しくなって、いろいろな国からの人とこのつながりを感じるのは、一緒にソーシャルプロジェクトをしているとき。そして、トシさんはどう思います？いろいろな国からの人は一緒にソーシャルプロジェクトとかソーシャルクリエイティブアクティビティをしているとき、このつながりを見つけることができますか？
そうですね。やっぱりそれもすごく一つの大きい方法ですよね。やっぱり特にボランティアっていうのはもう利益とか無視でもうただでやることじゃないですか。だからこそその、同じ思いを持った人がボランティアでこう一緒に集ってで僕だけじゃなくていろんな人がそう同じことをやってるっていうまずそういうところで嬉しいじゃないですか。やっぱり同じ人もいるんだっていうところで。
ALLATRA people, and I'm just glad I have watched all of ALLATRA videos on YouTube. I was very amazed. What we really need is to share this with all people. Our spirits need a spiritual belief, and for me a spiritual belief is the belief of love.
If you love God, automatically you love everybody. So love is still comes to the basis of God. When you love God, you love your neighbor.
God loves humanity and love. So follow the love, you will already follow to the God.
God is love!
Hello, I'm of Orthodox religion, and after reading the book ALLATRA, I got a deeper understanding of my own religion, and I am so grateful. Here we are here all together, all people from around the world, all different religions, part of the ALLATRA family, and we are so blessed to be here today.
Merhabalar, ben Muhammed Ceylan. İslam'ım, İstanbul'dayım. İslam hakkında bilgim fazla yoktu. Ta ki ben İslam'ım ama İslam hakkında bilgim yoktu. Ta ki ben ALLATRA'daki arkadaşlarla tanıştıktan sonra ALLATRA'nın İslam'la ilgili araştırmaları daha çok etkiledi beni. O araştırmalar sayesinde dinime bağlılığım, yani kendi İslam dinine bağlılığım daha çok arttı. Ben kendim araştırmaya girdim. Bilmediğimiz birçok konu var. O konuların aydınlatılmasına ALLATRA sayesinde vardım. Çok mutluyum. Çok teşekkür ediyorum ALLATRA'ya, arkadaşlarıma, hepinize. teşekkür ederim.
Thank you.
שלום, שמי לידיה.
אני הרבה שנים גדלתי וחייתי בתרבות יהודית עם אנשים ישראלים בארץ, ישראל.
ואני רוצה להגיד שאחרי שאני קראתי והכרתי את ALLATRA, אני הבנתי מחדש שכל העולם בעולם פשוט אותו דבר, ויש לנו אותו יסוד.
Florida.
Florida, Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Nasıl tanıştılar beraber? Onu demek istiyorum.
Spirit. Allah'ın parçasından yani hissettiler.
I think it's amazing that we discovered ALLATRA.
ALLATRA family. İnsanların kafa yapısı farklı olduğu zaman farklı algılama, farklı düşünme. İster istemez oluyor. Ama toplantı yerimiz
ALLATRA, aile, bir çatı.
Mind and consciousness separate us, while ALLATRA united us.
İslam, Hristiyan, o bu yok. ALLATRA doğruyu gösteriyor. Doğruyu bulan adam gelir ALLATRA'ya. Biliyordum toplanacağım yer yoktu. Nereye gidecektim? Bildiğim bende kalıyor. ALLATRA sayesinde daha genişlendi. Ufkumuz açıldı. Mesela sen sevgili okuduktan sonra çok etkilendim. Çok etkilendim. Ben onu okuduktan sonra her şey benim için değişti. Hayat değişti.
We have ALLATRA that unites us all. That is the start of something very big.
Yes.
Zaten bir de ALLATRA'yı şimdi, mesela diyelim ki örneğin ben dükkanda olsun, dışarıda olsun. Ben insanlarla konuştuğum zaman, ALLATRA'yı anlattığım zaman ama anlayan yapışıyor sana bırakmıyor. Anlatabildim mi? Anlamayan zaten geçiyor diyor, bırak. Zaten bir şey inanmıyor ki sana, bana inansın, ALLATRA'ya inansın. Ama inanan yapıştı mı bırak.
Jsem byla vychovávána v katolické víře od malička. Pravidelně jsme jako celá rodina chodívali do kostela. Tak jsem začala číst ALLATRu. Ten moment věděla, že když budu v jednotě s Bohem, budu v jednotě se všema lidma, že to, co tam je psané, je pravda.
Šitoje organizacijoje žmonės jungiasi iš viso pasaulio, jungiasi įvairių religijų atstovai. Nesvarbu, kokios tu esi religijos, nesvarbu, kokio amžiaus, nesvarbu, kokios tautybės. Norėčiau visus pakviesti vienytis. Galim padaryti tokį šūkį, geri žmonės, vienykitės, o visi tam gali padėti mums nuostabi organizacija ALLATRA.
You are Christian Orthodox from another country. I am a Muslim from the Middle East and an Arab, but we are brothers and sisters. What connected us? ALLATRA. The work of ALLATRA is what we believe in. This is exactly what my religion dictates. And of course, any other religion. Spirituality, of soul connection. I really appreciate what ALLATRA is doing.
I'm a firm believer in going back to the indigenous religion, where God is oneness.
Spirits that live inside of each of us unite us. Our feelings are connected also. God is just in each of every person.
We are Muslim, Christian, Catholic, and then etc. But the same goal. But the way is different.
Different way.
But the same goal. It's God.
Zjistila jsem, že pro všechny jenom jeden Bůh, ať už se v každém náboženství jmenuje jinak, že rozdíly mezi lidma nejsou a nejsou ani rozdíly mezi náboženstvím. Ale je to prostě jeden Bůh a toho máme společného.
I think it's all religions are ultimately based on love, understanding, respect. You know, my grandfather used to say that religion is like climbing a mountain. We are ultimately all going to the same peak. So why should it matter to anybody which side of the mountain we choose to climb on? All of us are in search of truth, the ultimate truth.
And indeed, these people who are in the movement are driven by that which is in everyone. We so much want this world to be kind.
Open heart, warm-hearted.
Yeah, amour! Hope everyone who watches this TV show will be happily every day.
À ALLATRA, je voudrais leur souhaiter de réussir à unifier les gens.
Many thanks to ALLATRA. It helps to multiply the best in every person.
Our unity in ALLATRA is indeed close to my spirit, since here it is really shown in practice how to build a society of our dreams. That which every human being is dreaming of. Here, already now, in front of our eyes, the society is being built, and each person can become a part of this society.
The 7 ALLATRA foundations. Here is a wonderful cause to unite under these foundations. I truly hope that humanity will come to this. I am ready.
We should support each other. We should spread it. This is our responsibility. This is my responsibility. I must do this, and that's all. Because we live 2 days. On the first day we have arrived, on the second day we will leave.
In Uganda, I'm an ALLATRA member who enjoys being part of all activities of ALLATRA. ALLATRA is uniting people in the whole world and in all religions. It has no that sense of segregation. Join us and take part in activities of ALLATRA as a group.
I send my greetings to you from the Pearl of Africa, and we are welcoming all to come and enjoy the beauty and the scenery of the Pearl of Africa. And I'm a member of ALLATRA international movement. We have a number of activities under ALLATRA, this noble movement which is uniting people of all over the world, regardless of their tribes, nationalities, professions. We all come together as one people. We are uniting people, doing different activities for the good. And we thank you. Thank the ALLATRA TV for giving us this opportunity to show the world what we can do and what we are doing. You're all welcome from wherever you are. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Ja som bola vychovaná v rodine, kde vlastne otec bol luterán a matka bola katolička.
I was born in an Orthodox family and was christened since childhood.
I was born in an Armenian family, the Armenian Apostolic Church, but for some reason I was a convinced atheist throughout my life. And ALLATRA has helped me to come to faith and to further continue already my own way in the initial Christian tradition.
ALLATRA gives an opportunity to understand and to learn one's tradition in more depth, which was passed on by the ancestors.
When I was reading ALLATRA, I finally comprehended my religion. I started attending the church much more frequently, and I understand that all religions basically tell about one and the same thing.
What is interesting is that one does not need to move from one religion to another. Like, I'm friends with this one and I'm not friends with that one. No, I'm friends with everybody. I go to church and I feel good and joyful everywhere.
ALLATRA, these are people of good, people of love, who believe in one God.
ALLATRA хәрәкәтенә кергән төрле милләт вәкилләре шушы юнәлеш белән тәңгәл килгән эчке омтылыш берләштерә. ALLATRA хәрәкәте минем өчен ул төрле милләт вәкилләренең бердәмлеге.
I am a Christian, and owing to ALLATRA, I have an opportunity to open up that potential which is within me, to discover God in myself, and to see Him in other people.
The knowledge given in the books by Anastasia Novak helped me to feel, to find within myself that single grain which unites all religions, that spiritual foundation which unites all people.
For all religions, there is only one God.
So somebody may call it a Jesus, Allah, or maybe Krishna, Rama, or any other name like Lakshmi, Parvati, and all. Call them with different names, but everybody is saying the same thing, whether it's Islam, Christianity, or Hinduism, Parsi, anywhere. We have exactly the same thing, it's just different names.
The truth, it does exist. It exists in every religion. I have read ALLATRA, it's like an encyclopedia. It turns out I can talk with people of any religion.
Y creo que los motivos que unen a la gente pues están más allá de la religión o la cultura o la raza.
Hay que lograr ver más allá de las diferencias y entender que todos somos humanos, que todos somos personas.
Y claro, es algo más profundo que no sé poder explicarlo, pero creo que trasciende.
ALLATRA nos une!
ALLATRA, tā ir atslēga. Tā ir atslēga ne tikai reliģijā, tā ir atslēga zinātnē, tā ir atslēga visai mūsu cilvēcei.
Allatru. Čítam asi 5. krát. Ale proste tie vedomosti sú také hlboké, že keď tú knižku otvoríte, tak proste vždy je tam niečo nové. To je proste niečo, čo sa vás bytostne v duši dotýka. Čiže Allatra nám vlastne ukazuje cestu k Bohu, lebo všetci tú cestu hľadáme, nájde v sebe ten pokoj, to šťastie a to vnútorné naplnenie. A tá kniha nám dá všetky kľúče k tomu, aby ste tú cestu našli, aby ste na sebe vedeli pracovať a aby ste proste sa stali tým, čím každý z nás by sa v tomto živote mal stať.
Allatra is the work that takes place inside you. You understand that you are a part of something great and good, and that people around you are indeed family.
Allatra lets one understand not the external form and shell of religion, but precisely the essence, which consists in working on oneself.
What Allatra speaks about greatly inspires one in that it's not important who you are, Orthodox, Muslim, Buddhist, or what you espouse. It's important how you work on yourself and how you follow it. This is truly wonderful, because in this we are united, in the work on ourselves and in the path to God.
Lebo vlastne tie vedomosti zjednocujú. Aj nezáleží na tom, že či sme katolíci, evanjelici, moslimovia. V podstate všetci sme bytosti, ktoré v sebe nesú čiastočku toho Boha. Allatra nás všetkých spája do jednej cesty. A cesty k Bohu a cesty k samému sebe.
Greetings, Igor Mikhailovich.
Greetings.
Come in, please. We are very happy to see you.
Thank you, it's mutual.
Take a seat, please. May we ask you a question, please, since we have met with you?
Please.
In the coordination center now, there are very many people from various countries of the world.
Well, I have seen this.
It is very encouraging to see all of them. So many people of different nationalities have come. And there are many people who precisely feel in themselves the single grain of Allatra, thanks to which they unite. While communicating with them, there is such a question which I would like to ask you. Is it possible? Because we at ALLATRA TV have also received this question from viewers and readers of the books. Today it is very important. That is why I will read it, okay?
Okay.
There are many religions, teachings, confessions, movements and beliefs around the world. And people argue with one another that only their God, the one they believe in, is the only one and true. And only His name is true. More precisely, the epithets they endow Him with, although at that each of the disputing parties build on the same spiritual truths, on the universal grain of Allatra. And so here is a question. How is it easier to understand for a person of any religious belief, absolutely any, that God is one, and there is nothing to split between us, people? After all, it will give an understanding of the importance of spiritual unity, friendship and humanness. This question is so relevant today, because the entire world is on the verge of enormous climate disasters.
Well, this is a good question, thank you. We can answer it. Well, a better answer, perhaps, would sound this way. People, regardless of their religion, regardless of their denomination, should rather indeed work harder on themselves in the spiritual sense, and do it not in words, but in deed, and to really perceive this spiritual connection between the personality and the spiritual world. Then all the lines fade away. Then no matter who he is, Muslim, Buddhist or Christian, he will realize that we are all one, and God is one. That is the most proper way. And for those people who are just interested in or are at the beginning of their spiritual path, I would make such a comparison. Let's imagine, for example, that there is a father of a family. He has children. In this case, children represent different religions. Well, as in every family, children often don't mind common ground. Everyone thinks he is a less loved one, and so he is trying to prove that he is better. Well, and these children have their own children, meaning the grandchildren of this father of the family. They have, in this case, I would compare it with different divisions into currents of the same religion. Well, they also have disputes among themselves. They try to prove to each other the same as their parents try to prove to their father. Well, in such a simple way, we can understand that, in fact, we are all one big family, and we have only one God. There are no other gods, and there cannot be any. And regardless of religious belief, and regardless of whether a person is a materialist or not, or that he believes one or another religion, we are all just relatives, moreover, very close ones. And there is no difference, indeed, for the spiritual world. Well, that is true. Which religion a person belongs to, or which language he uses to pray. Languages, it is here that we have them. Here we are differentiated by languages into denominations. We even are split by continents. Now we have people from all continents. But ALLATRA has gathered them together. But what is ALLATRA in fact? ALLATRA is actually that which is coming from God, that which is inside of every person, that which is in every religion. It is ALLATRA. We can call it a lot of names, no matter how we call it. The Holy Spirit or something else. But it is that best, that which originates from the spiritual world. It is that message from God, or what God endowed all of us with. It is the spiritual nature of a person. That is ALLATRA. It is impossible to deny this. It can be called differently, but the essence of it will not change. It is like family ties from my example. Those same grandchildren and those same children still have one father. And when they realize, these grandchildren and children, that they should not compete among themselves in front of their father, they just should love their father, at least because he exists, at least because he is their father. Is that right? To understand that this is one family, and one family is strong when it is together. It, the family, it is able to oppose the devil and anyone, because this is one single family. When people understand this, they will stop dividing. Consciousness divides, and those slaves of consciousness who benefit from this. After all, consciousness tells them that this is advantageous. We will now split to have our confession. We will now take, set apart that, set apart this. But what are they dividing? Bodies and consciousness? In this way, they just divide a single whole into fragments. It is like children and grandchildren would divide their living father into pieces. One will take a hand, another one a leg. Well, this is dismembering of a living one. And that's what's really happening. God is actually one.
And He is in every person. And everyone feels it.
Well, of course. Well, and again, if we take ALLATRA and what we see, after all, here we have Muslims, Hindus, and people of every faith, and all of them are united. What are they united by? After all, they're not united by their religions or their nationalities. They're not united by their language or something else. They are united by that innermost, by that which is one for everyone, right?
People of different nationalities meet each other here. They start communicating in different languages, and everyone finds something in common. And everyone begins to act right away to strengthen this love.
Absolutely right. It is enough to separate the chaff of consciousness from those grains of truth which are inside everyone, and everything falls into place.
And it is very simple.
Very simple. Simply love each other. Thank you. I'll move on.
Thank you, Igor Mikhailovich.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We are very happy that you came
You're
by.
always welcome.
Die internationale gesellschaftliche Bewegung ALLATRA. Ich habe viele Leute kennengelernt von verschiedenen Ländern und das ist interessant, muss man nicht kennen alle Sprachen, sondern kann man verstehen mit tieferen Gefühlen einander.
The knowledge that these books carry, it really is so necessary for us. It is so important for us. This is our air. This is our life.
Sám si uvedomujem jednu vec, že to je veľká zodpovednosť. Mať tie znalosti, aby si to aj ľudia uvedomovali, že je to veľká zodpovednosť. To, čo nám bolo dané.
We were very happy that the English version of the books ALLATRA and Sensei were published.
I understand what the time is and what it means to us.
Ich habe gesehen, es gibt verschiedene Projekte und kann man überall teilnehmen.
Good news from around the world. From different cities, from different countries. Everyone worked together, filmed and refilmed. And it was done with such a great enthusiasm that we learned everything new very quickly, literally within a week.
And you know, it's so uniting. This is a huge experience for myself.
And that is why the participants of ALLATRA International Public Movement, especially after watching the program It Is Coming with Igor Mikhailovich, began such an initiative to create the breaking news. People themselves all over the world, the reporters of ALLATRA TV, the volunteers, they create such news and they tell the real situation, what is happening there. And also, thanks to the programs with Igor Mikhailovich and thanks to the books by Anastasia Novik, we have this knowledge. Where is the way out?
Suite à cette émission, Sigrid avec Igor Mikhailovich Danilov, qui est sorti il y a quelques semaines, a arrivé une compréhension profonde du fait que finalement le changement climatique c'est une réalité de nos jours.
V programe bolo ozvučené otázka, čo sme dnes spravili preto, aby vlastne sme vytvorili podmienky, aby sa znalosti rozšírili a tak ďalej, tak to bol pre mňa veľmi silný vnútorný impuls, aby som sa nad sebou zamyslel. Išla taká otázka, že čo treba robiť.
After the release of the program Consciousness and Personality, there appeared many interesting projects. And for us, the Universal Grain project is very important.
After the universal grain, my way of looking at things has changed. When I read all the scriptures, I read, compare everything, I look, analyze that everything is so simple and absolutely everything is there because the essence put in there is really one.
ALLATRA is life. I've understood this and I'm learning even more. Sincere gratitude. I have no words.
And I was very inspired by so many people who have been doing so much work.
Pre mňa medzinárodné hnutie ALLATRA, alebo symbolom tohto hnutia pre mňa je láska a zjednotenie ľudí.
Tai įkvepia ir suteikia jėgų, pasitikėjimo. Ir šaunu matyti, kad čia susirinka ir jaunimas, ir vyresnio amžiaus žmonės. Ir jinai mūsų palaiko, stumia ir palaikymą.
С Америки, и Казахстан, да, и Латвия, Беларусь. То есть много стран, видишь, эту масштабность, и реально люди вот объединены, это вот идеи вот создания вот наполнения вообще мира положительной информацией. Просто это очень классно, и на самом деле вот хочется просто действовать.
You start to join in this process. There is the discussion of all these topics, and you see how people in their free from work time devote so much time and effort to it. A feeling of such a gratitude arises towards all the participants who make all programs, translations, because this is necessary absolutely for all of us.
Bolo by krásne, keby si každý človek uvedomil, aký nádherný a vzácny je to dar, je život. Aké prosto naozaj krásne a dôležité je žiť, aby ľudia nepremárnili túto šancu, aby ju prosto nenechali len tak odplávať, aby naozaj chytili svoj život pevne do svojich rúk a aby tou svojou voľbou si zaslúžili prosto to nádherné, to krásne, to večné, čo nás naplňa znútra. Prosto, aby ľudia žili, aby boli šťastní a aby toto šťastie a radosť nesli ďalej.
Už dneska vlastně je vidět, co z těch semínek drobných sklíčilo, je vidět ta radost, ten život. Prostě tam přišel život.
Nádherné je to, že každý človek môže potom zapáliť ďalšieho človeka, ďalšieho a šíri sa taká dobrá reťazová reakcia toho dobra, lásky a pomáha to ľuďom. Tak tiež tak prajem, nech je týchto ľudí čoraz viacej, nech nás to tak spája.
ביום שאני הכרתי לעצמי את הבוק ALLATRA, זה לגמרי שינה את החיים שלי, לשדר את זה לאנשים אחרים, שהם יבינו שכל מה שאנחנו הכרנו עד היום, זה לא באמת אמת.
Дякую знанням, які нам передає Ігор Михайлович, тому що вони дуже сильно допомагають.
Så jag tycker att det är rätt tid att bli snälla mot varandra.
Die internationale gesellschaftliche Bewegung ALLATRA verbindet ganze Leute in ganzer Welt.
So I'm very happy to have found the ALLATRA information and the ALLATRA people. I've dreamed of a world where people come to community from truth, from integrity, from honesty, from love. Not laud, not ruled, but from within. And the ALLATRA group is that. It embodies everything that I have thought about since I was 16 years old, looked for, and thought, I just don't know how this is ever going to happen in this world. It's happening. So, thank you.